Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the dynamic Seanzviewent Entertainment on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and please share this video all over the entire internet. Ladies and gentlemen, to a certain extent, I think the WWE has took the pattern, they have took the structure, they have took one of my ideas, and they have used it for this Thursday, tomorrow's Smackdown, which may have already aired in your area because I know sometimes, we're a few hours behind, a few hours ahead, whatever. But tomorrow is SmackDown here in the States, right here in the United States. Now, I do a little show here on YouTube called Seanzviewent Entertainment Books Monday Night Raw, where I come up with my own ideas, my own scenarios, and what I would do if I were booking Raw. Now, remember, I did this days in advance. I did this before SmackDown. I did this before the spoilers, because as we all know, SmackDown tapes Tuesday. They don't show up until Thursday. Mind you, I did this video on either Sunday or Monday morning. So just to give you a little idea, I could have even done it on Saturday, to tell you the truth. So we're gonna listen to the recording of that, and it's the booking of Seth Rollins and Kane. To a certain extent, I think the WWE took one of my ideas, but they molded it a little bit. They worked with it a little bit, and they changed a few things. But just listen to my video. This is going to be proof that the WWE at least listens or watches Seanzviewent Entertainment because they got an idea from me, and I wish they would credit me for that, but I know they won't. But because this was actually something that was creative. This was something that was, better than what we've been seeing on Monday Night Raw as of late. So I'm going to go to the recording of the video, and we're going to hear what I had to say. Here we go.
Book Monday Night Raw. If I were in control, if I were on the creative team. Now we're talking Kane and Seth Rollins. So here it is. Kane kicks off Monday Night Raw as Corporate Kane, not Demon Kane. So follow that, all right? Demon Kane, Corporate Kane. Corporate Kane kicks off Raw. And he talks about how tonight he set up a match. It's going to be Corporate Kane and Seth Rollins versus the Dudley Boys. And of course, this does not sit well with Seth Rollins. We go backstage, Seth Rollins arguing with authority, saying something needs to be done, saying that I'm sick and tired of being manipulated. I'm sick and tired of Kane playing these mind games. And then Triple H says, we're going to do something about it. But then Seth Rollins is getting to the point where you said you were going to do something about it and you haven't done anything. And Triple H said, we will handle Kane. We will get in the head of Kane. I know Kane. I've known Kane a long time. That's what Triple H is going to say back to Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins, you can tell, is getting very tense. He's getting very agitated. Hell, he's getting very annoyed that he doesn't know, will the real Kane please stand up, right? So then, later on in the night, Kane goes to Seth Rollins, Corporate Kane, and he assures Seth Rollins that everything's good and well. And as Kane walks back, and of course they have a little exchange, Rollins and Kane, and they're still doubting the mind of Rollins, whether or not Kane, whether he can trust Kane after what he did to him on SmackDown, after what he did to him on Raw. So then Triple H meets Kane backstage and says, and this is going throughout the night now. This is going through matches and other segments, obviously. This is just following through now. So Triple H meets Kane backstage and says, Kane, tonight you better do what's best for business, and you better do what's best for Seth Rollins or else. And Triple H warns Kane that you don't want to know the consequences of what else means. We don't even want to go down that road. And Kane says, everything's fine. Everything's good. I'm the director of operations. I got everything well in hand. I know what's going to happen. I know what I'm going to do. And I know what I have to do against the Dudley Boys with Seth Rollins as my tag team partner. So at this point, it seems like everything's hunky-dory. Triple H and Kane's on the same page. Rollins still has his doubts, but he's going to go in the match anyways against the Dudley Boys. So now comes the main event. The Dudley Boys come to the ring. The New Day is on commentary because we all know the New Day is going to face the Dudley Boys. So then out comes Seth Rollins. Then Kane's music hits. Kane's music goes. No Kane. The fire, the red, the darkness, the cold. No Kane. Where's Kane? Seth Rollins looks on, scared. Seth Rollins doesn't know what to do. So now Seth Rollins is now put in a 2-on-1 predicament versus the Dudley Boys. This match goes on for about maybe 12 minutes where Seth Rollins is battling the odds. Seth Rollins keeps looking back for Kane. There is no Kane. And then all of a sudden, the New Day comes in the ring. And now we have the New Day and Seth Rollins teaming up on the Dudley Boys. And now the numbers game have caught up to the Dudley Boys. So now Seth Rollins is actually ahead of the game without Kane at ringside. Then all of a sudden the lights go out, and all of a sudden Kane comes down. He makes a beeline to the ring. He chokeslams Xavier Woods. He chokeslams Big E. He chokeslams pretty much everybody in the ring except for the Dudley Boys, and then it comes down to Rollins. Rollins gets out of the ring. He's running up the ramp, but as he's running up the ramp, a wall of fire bursts right in front of Rollins, and Rollins backpedals.
All right, now I'm going to cut it off right there. Now we go to the SmackDown spoilers of what happened tomorrow night on SmackDown, right? Sci-Fi Network. Now tell me if this pales in comparison, if this sounds very familiar to what I laid out in my plans and my booking to a certain extent. Now this is from SmackDown. This is what happened. The New Day and Seth Rollins versus the Dudley Boys and Demon Kane. The Dudley Boys come out and Kane's music hits. He doesn't show up. Kane's music hits again. He doesn't show. Everyone looks at Corporate Kane confused. Kane's at ringside, actually. Corporate Kane's at ringside because they're expecting Kane to come down. Kane just sits there and a 3-on-2 match begins. Bubba Ray Dudley gets thrown to the floor and Kane gets up to check on him. Rollins nails a dive to the floor but hits Kane instead. Kane sells the injury and is helped to the back. Devon tags and a brawl breaks out. The pyro hits and out comes Demon Kane to attack Seth Rollins. The Dudley Boys get the win for their team after a 3D. Rollins jumps the barrier and runs away as Kane chases him. Kane comes back and gets the WWE World Heavyweight title belt. He chokeslams the New Day and Kane's pyro hits again and Kane holds the title up and taunts Rollins, who is on the ramp, and SmackDown ends. Doesn't that sound pretty familiar to what I laid out? Only the WWE Fandangoed a couple of things. They changed a few sequences, but pretty much similar to what I just laid out in my Seanzviewent books Monday Night Raw. That's for the people that think I don't have a creative mind, that I don't know what's up, that I don't know what's going on, that I don't have the kind of motivation, that I'm just coming on here with a bunch of fake stories and a bunch of fake No. Listen, I've been watching the WWE since I was a small child, ever since I was a kid, ever since I was growing up. I never took a break, I never went away, and I'm not going to come on here and claim that I'm right and I know everything. But there are those few times where I will tell you exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to be planned out, how it's going to be laid out, and the fact that this happened gives me the indication, I am under the impression that somebody on the creative team watches Seanzviewent Entertainment, or somebody in the WWE's higher-ups. They pay attention to what I'm saying. They pay attention to what I'm doing. And like I said, this is just too similar. It is too similar to what I laid out days in advance before SmackDown happened, before the spoilers ever hit the internet. I think they took an idea that I had and they molded it, they edited it a little bit, and they came up with their own scenario. But this is just Seanzviewent Entertainment giving you some proof to a certain extent that the WWE even watches Seanzviewent Entertainment and steals a couple of my creations. Subscribe.